Hey, what's going on, students? Today I'm going to teach you about the exploration era. This is the time period where people on one side of the world discover that there's a whole nother part of the world on the other side that they didn't know existed. And so we call that the exploration era. And so it all goes back to this dude named Marco Polo. Marco Polo was a businessman, and he noticed that stuff they had in Asia that was sold in Europe was crazy expensive. And so Marco Polo had this idea. I'm going to go to Asia, buy tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff and fill up wagons and wagons full of goods from Asia. Then I'm going to come back to Europe and sell them for crazy expensive amounts. And so that's what he did. He went to Asia, he bought tons of stuff on the cheap, went back to Europe, he sold it for crazy amounts of money, and man, he got crazy rich. And so everybody's like, man, I'm going to be like Marco Polo. Now, this story sounds great, but there was one problem. It took him like a 20-year round trip before he got back to Europe. It took forever. Now, he did try to use some waterways, and he tried to use rivers where possible and oceans where possible, but man, it still took him forever. And so now people are going to say, man, we want to be like Marco Polo, but we want to try to get there faster. And so people from European countries tried to say, hey, let's try to sail around Africa. And then let's try to get to Asia, and let's make it a quicker trip so we can make more money. And man, this launches the era of exploration. And so here's the main reason why we're trying to explore. And it went from a person trying to explore to countries trying to explore. Countries, number one, wanted to get richer. If they sent people over to other parts of the world, bought stuff, and sold it as a country, man, that country's going to bank. And so countries want to get richer. That's why they're exploring. Next is countries want to share their religion. They realize that people on the other side of the world don't know about Christianity, and pretty much everybody in Europe at that time was Christian, and so they're going to spread their religion. And then lastly, they want to have these large empires. So at this time, Spain is right here, France is right here, Britain is right here. They were all kind of powerful countries, and they wanted to be the most powerful. They didn't want to see just Spain get rich. They wanted to get rich. And so there's rivalries. And so we just say, here's the reasons for exploration. Gold, God, and glory. This is why countries spent millions of dollars, comparable back then, to send out these great voyages that didn't promise anything, but they had potential. And so we nickname it Gold, God, and Glory, but it's mainly to get richer and wealthier, to spread their religion, and to have a larger empire than their enemies. And that's it for today.